Welcome back to the Game Dev Arena. We have another update. Today's update on day 23 of this month challenge. We have started to get player and enemies into the level. You can kind of see them in the middle here. A grand overview. This is what I have devised up for our enemies. Nothing crazy, just simple placeholder art for right now, just to get the functionality of everything between interactions with the player and enemy, and then the enemy going after the player base after they have collected said resource from their respective waterfall or firefall or windfall or rockfall, so on and so forth. So that's what our fire enemy was looking like right now. And of course, we have all the other enemies in the same fashion, just within their respective color. And then as far as the player goes, just nothing crazy, just simple box art. Like I said, not going to be the final thing, just trying to get something in there for visual cues to be able to see how the player is moving within the level with enemies on a functionality standpoint. And then once we get functionality working and it's crisp and it looks fun and it's really good playable wise, then we'll start working on that art, because art's definitely going to take a lot longer, for me at least, to get looking nice and crisp and visually appealing. So that's why I'm not spending a whole lot of time. I mean, I technically spent too much time already with trying to get the game art looking decent. So I just finally scrapped the trying to get it look good to get it in there so I can get functionality working. And then once I get functionality working and it looks good, then I can start focusing on art, because art's definitely going to take me the longest, because I'm trying to do the art myself rather than having to get assets. I want to do the assets myself. Maybe down the road I'll get assets, don't know. But I'm really trying to have this whole project be done solo, just by me, without assets, um, without paying someone to bring me assets, so on and so forth. So that's why just simple assets, nothing crazy. And then we can go in and we can see the player. Right now, the player size is on a 64 by 64 canvas, with the enemies being half of that with a 32 by 32. So I think that's pretty good ratio from for a player to like fodder enemy in terms of sizing. So far this is what I got. Obviously, player can move and still have the functionality of being able to collect stuff. Oh, two. That's very. Double check that. Okay, there's one. Not sure why. I don't know why. But every so often, when a resource gets collected, it doubles it. I don't know. It's probably on the collision part, but either way, we got that portion done. Now I'm gonna start working on enemy portion interactions, enemy AI. So that's the art that I'm using, and we'll start working on getting all of the movement for the enemies getting populated. So just to before I do go, basically the idea is if I go to a fall, so here's my rock fall. Once I collect the resource, after X amount of time, then enemies will start populating and coming after me. So that's the idea right now. So we'll see how that works later today when I get back on my laptop after getting some things done, and start planning on getting AI with the player and all the enemies here that we have set up, chasing the enemy once they have collected their resource to go after the player base. And if the enemy, so essentially, player takes resource, enemy will populate, go after the base, and then if the enemy is within distance of said enemy, if the player is within distance of said enemy will go after the player. If not, we'll continue back on towards the base to attack the base. So that's what I'm working with. So we'll see how I get everything implemented, and we'll have another update on Christmas Eve. And then after Christmas Eve, we won't have another update until probably Monday, since we do have Christmas and my wife's birthday is on Friday. So yeah, and then of course weekends, we're not doing weekends, so maybe the earliest will be Monday. So we'll see. But either way, at some point we'll get at least one final update on how everything is looking and whether I was able to at least get the single player experience done in terms of this genre of the month. Of course, being a multiplayer online battle arena, but we're at least gonna try to get a single player experience done first, and then get into the multiplayer part after that. But for now, this is what I'm working on: player, enemy interactions, and getting all that functionality in terms of battling with PVE stuff done. So we'll see what I come up with, and we'll find out more tomorrow on my day 24 update. But for now,